Hey everybody, Clyde here, and welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be talking all about Santa crates, megas, bigs, gifts, and what you can get out of them. Now, last year I wrote a software simulation that opened 2.2 billion Santa crates and published all the data about it. I made it very clear how many ships you could expect to get from a certain number of containers of each type, and I put all that information out so you guys, so that you can make better decisions about what you wanted to do in terms of getting certificates and what kind of containers were the best ones to buy and how much money you should spend and stuff like that. We tried to make it very clear and very transparent what you were probably going to get based on the numbers, based on the odds, based on the math, so that you could make an informed and intelligent decision about how to invest in Santa crates or not. Now, this year, the simulation is a little bit different. I decided to not open 2.2 billion containers because the simulation got a little bit more complex this year. Now, instead of just tracking ships, we're tracking economic bonuses, signals, camos, credits, doubloons, coal. All of the items that you can get out of a Santa container is now included in the software simulation. And I've put all of the data in beautiful tables that you will be able to have access to filter, to sort, to look at, to help make decisions about how to spend your certificates or your money, whatever you choose to do. Now, again, there's a lot of certificates you can get for free depending on how many tier 10 ships you have and what missions you can complete. So please try to be as economical as possible. It just makes good sense to do so. And I'm hoping that the data I provide you this year will help you with that. So this is a Google Sheet, a Google spreadsheet that I've made to contain all of the data that we got through our software simulation. At the top here, we added up all of the boxes that we opened and the number of times we simulated each one. And we simulated a total of 974,500,000 Santa containers in my little program. And these are the results, basically. So you'll be able to look at this to hopefully help make some good decisions. This little 3-row table here has a row for a single gift container, a row for a single big gift container, and a row for a mega gift container. And then all of the columns to the right of that are all the expected values of each of the prizes that could possibly come in any of those containers. So it's the expected number of tier 5 to 7 ships, the expected number of tier 8 to 9 ships, the expected number of rare ships, and then this one here is all of those expecteds from 5 through 7, 8 through 9 to rares added together. Row 11 here provides a description of each of those columns so that we know what they mean and you can interpret them across all of the other tabs in this spreadsheet. And hopefully that answers your question. If not, stop by the Discord, post a message to me and let me know. Maybe we'll create a channel over there temporarily for the Santa crate spreadsheet, and you guys can post your questions in there if you have any questions or comments or if something isn't clear or doesn't make sense. Like I said, you can scroll all the way to the right and see all the different prizes. Each one has a description that explains what the columns mean. There are some notes that I put down here. First of all, there's a quick note about the New Year's Sky camos. I know that camouflages don't do anything anymore and players are pretty spicy about that, but the alternative is, of course, you can sell them. I know credits are not the highest value item. Everybody wants to get a small end or something. However, you can get some credits if you don't want to use those New Year's Sky camos. And I include in here the prices that you can get in credits for each of the containers drops worth of that camo. I also include a description of the mercy roll. Just like last year, if you open 99 gift containers and you haven't gotten a ship, you are guaranteed 100% chance to get a ship on your 100th container. If you open 27 big containers and don't get a ship, 28 will guaranteed definitely be a ship. And if you open 14 mega containers and don't get a ship, your 15th container will definitely be a ship. The mega one is perhaps the most interesting because when you buy mega containers, they come in packs of 20. And so 20 containers includes is more than 15, so you're guaranteed to get at least one ship if you buy a pack of 20 megas. The other thing that I've got in here is I just took a quick screenshot of each of the signals and their benefits, because nobody knows what a Victor Lima signal does, probably. I'm sure some of you guys do if you're a bigger nerd than me, but I included their in-game description so that you're like, oh, okay, what kind of signals are what? That way, as you're opening your containers and stuff, if you get any of these signals, you can just do a quick glance right there and see what they are. Of course, you're opening them in-game, and you could probably hover over it and find out there too, but I found this kind of helpful, and I hope that you do as well. One more thing I'd like to show off is the items that can come in each box. I'm just going to boop them up here on the screen real quick and you guys can see them. So this is what's possible to get out of a gift container. This is what you can get out of a big container. And then this is what you can get out of a mega container. Now, a couple of things are kind of interesting about that. Mega containers don't have signals in them. They don't have port slots in them. And gift containers don't have red bonuses in them, right? Mega containers don't have green bonuses in them. So there are a few items that are only available in specific containers. One of the things that's actually an issue for players who restock their signals with their Santa crates every year is those players in the past were able to just buy mega containers and they would get a big grip of signals. But nowadays, you can't get signals out of a mega container. So if you are trying to use the Santa boxes to boost your signal container or collection or whatever, I don't know if this is a problem for most players, but I think it could be a concern for some players who are looking to restock specific resources this time of year. You're going to want to take a look at the possible gets from each container and decide which ones you want to throw your hat into the ring, and then go reference those tables, which I'm about to show you in detail, to see what's the best way to get the thing that you want the most. So now that we've taken a look at the contents of each of the Santa boxes that you can buy this year, and we've given you a tour of this tab here on the spreadsheet that shows you the instructions and how the tables work, we'll take a look at the rest of the data set, and I'll talk a little bit about how you can use it to make informed and wise decisions, and then I'll show you some really interesting quirks of the math. There's some evidence in here that Wargaming is not bad at math and that they figured out how to do some pretty clever things, and you'll find that interesting, I'm pretty sure. First of all, I want to direct your attention to the bottom of the spreadsheet where we've got these different tabs. So the first tab here is a 25 token tab, and this is going to be really useful for players who have 25 tier 10 ships. If you've got 25 tier 10s, you'll get 1 token for each one that you can use to exchange for Santa crates. This right here, basically this purple section, lists every possible combination of the ways that you can spend those 25 tokens. So you can buy 25 gifts, or you can buy 22 gifts and 1 big, or you can buy 19 gifts and 2 bigs, or you can buy 20 gifts and 1 mega. Down here it's 12 gifts, 1 big, and 2 megas. You get the idea, but this shows you all of the possible combinations of the ways that you can spend those. And then I ran hundreds of thousands of simulations that would show you the expected number of ships, days of premium time, amount of coal or doubloons, or the number of green XP bonuses. And if we scroll to the right, blue bonuses, red bonuses, and signals, and even expendable camos, which I'm sure everyone's thrilled about. Another thing that's interesting about the 25 token tab is there are 25 tokens for completing the battle pass. So if you complete the battle pass, this table is going to be incredibly relevant to you because it can help you figure out how you best want to spend those battle pass tokens. Now, there is a 50 token tab as well. What if you had 50 tier 10 ships, or some number pretty darn close to 50? I mean, this will help give you kind of an idea. It's got, of course, more combinations because you've got more tokens, and so there's more ways that you can spend them to buy different containers, but the contents are largely the same. It's just that the expected output of buying a whole bunch of containers, because you've got more tokens, is going to be higher because you're going to open more boxes. There's also a tab here for 78 tokens. Now, you might think 78 is an odd number, but 78 is the number of tier 10 ships that are available in the game. Some of them, of course, are not readily available. Things like Smallland or Thunderer, you'd have to get out of a Santa box. But for players who are completionists who have everything, this would be the table for you. I know this table serves a very small number of players on the grand scheme, or on the grand scale, if you will. However, this also is kind of a representation of the maximum amount of stuff that you can get completely for free, even though you probably spent a lot of money to get your account to the point where it could have 78 tier 10s. This is kind of the maximum number of tokens you can get for free. This plus 25 from the battle pass. And then maybe a container or 2 from the premium shop. They always give you 1 free. First hit's free, kid. That sort of a thing. But anyway, just like the other ones, this has a whole bunch of columns in here for all the same prizes that you can get. And I'm going to use this tab to talk about some quirks of the mathematics that I found really interesting, and I think you will too. Let's get to those next. So let's take a look at these gray columns that I've labeled currencies. So we'll first take a look at doubloons. If you spend all of your 78 tokens on doubloons, you're expected to get 1,951.3 doubloons. Okay, that's fine and dandy. What if we bought 13 gifts, 20 bigs, and 1 mega? You'd get 1,951.3 doubloons. Okay, it's kind of interesting. What if we bought 0 gift containers, 21 big gifts, and 3 megas? 1,949 doubloons, basic. As near as makes no difference. What this means is that through manipulating the drop chances and the quantities you get out of each box, Wargaming has made sure that you get the same number of expected doubloons for the number of New Year certificates you've invested. So if you buy all gifts or if you buy all megas, you're going to get the same number of doubloons provided that the math is reliable and acts as we expect it will, which is kind of interesting. And the same is true for coal. Look, 13,600 is the number in every one of these rows. The same is true for Elite Commander XP with a little bit more variance, probably just because the numbers are bigger. It's 155 or 156 million or thousand, excuse me, 155 or 156,000 Elite Commander XP. By the way, what are you going to spend all that Elite Commander XP on? I've got an idea. Maybe you could watch my video about my new version 2.0, the Elite Commander XP spreadsheet. I think it will help you learn how to use that new found Elite Commander XP to upgrade your seasoned and your unique commanders. Go spend some time watching that video. I think you're really going to like it. If you like this one, that one's just as nerdy. You're going to dig it too. What about the expected credits? They're also very, very similar. There's a little bit more variance here because the numbers of expected credits are very large, and the numbers of drops that you get out of there are very large, but they're pretty dang close to 3.4 million in every single case, just about. And the same is true for premium days. Check this out. It does scale a little bit skew-womperedly, but it's really, really level. It's about 24, 25 days as we scroll across the whole thing. It gets a little bit higher at the end because I think you can get like 360 days out of the one, which is a huge number, which is going to skew the average a little bit. All right, I did want to show you these last two tabs here. This is the 100 token tab, and this is the 200 token tab. Now, you're not going to get to 200 tokens without spending some money. 200 tokens worth of mega containers is buying 2 of the $75 packs worth of containers, or it's buying, I think, 10 of the $18 packs of gift containers if you want to go to the other extreme, which costs about $90 twice, so about $180 there. That said, these tables are very large. This one right here actually has about 1,400 options, 1,394 options if you ignore the table, the empty rows at the top with the header and stuff. But what I did want to show you in here also is that just like the currencies, the expendable camos are leveled off as well. So there's a certain amount of expendable camo filler that we're going to get in every New Year's certificate worth of boxes that we open up. So for 200 tokens worth, it's about 50 of the camos. Remember, you can sell these camos, and I've got the pricing information on the first tab of this spreadsheet. The other thing, which we mentioned a little bit earlier, was the signals here. You get a lot of signals in gift boxes, and you get no signals in mega boxes. And so you can see the mega only option here at the bottom has an expected outcome of 0 signals. So if you want signals, you're going to have to buy some bigs or some gifts. And then the red economic bonuses here, the numbers never get very high, frankly. However, you will not get red economic bonuses in gift containers, so that's why these numbers are all 0. You will not get green economic containers in the megas. So the further we get to the bottom of the table, we see these numbers get very small until they actually go down to 0 when you buy nothing but megas. So if you're looking at those numbers and you're kind of interested into why that's the case, that's the explanation of what's going on there. And with that, guys, I hope you take this information and use it to make very wise decisions about your Santa crates, or about your New Year certificates, or about how much World of Warships you're going to play and how hard you're going to whale into this. Hopefully you're being very frugal. I recommend being as frugal as you possibly can, but if you're going to whale with knowledge, okay? With all that said, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you had a fantastic time. If you're watching this and it's, I don't know, I'm probably going to have opened my containers by then. I think I'm going to buy containers tomorrow morning on my stream, Saturday morning, December 10th. If you're here for that, that's great. If not, you can check the VOD on twitch.tv/ClydePlaysLive. Please come join us for the live show. We'd love to have you there. And we'll probably turn the container opening into a YouTube video as well. So if you're patient, it'll show up over here on YouTube as well. Guys, thanks a ton for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day, and take care of each other. Be nice, and we'll see you in the next battle or the next video, Captains. Take it easy. Bye.